Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm going to tell you all about some series that I don't plan to finish. So in the interest of keeping this video, not super long, these are just the series that I actually started off liking and then that I felt went downhill. Because if I included every series that I don't plan on finishing because I already didn't like it right from the start, this would be way too long of a video. And also, as a disclaimer, I am really sorry if any of these are like your favorite series ever or any of that stuff. It's no offense meant to you for liking it the entire way through when I stopped liking it. It's, differences of opinion is what makes booktube interesting. So anyway, without further ado, here we go. I do not plan on finishing the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, and this is very sad to me because I actually love Outlander. It is one of the best books I ever read. But unfortunately, I felt like each book in the series got less and less good to the point where I got to the fourth one and I rated it only 3 stars. And while 3 stars is actually a very good rating for me, for the sequel to one of the best books I've ever read, um, 3 stars is kind of sad. So I just put off reading the rest and put off reading the rest. And then there were the tweets from Diana Gabaldon that were very so if you don't know, somebody tweeted Diana Gabaldon with a tweet that said something along the lines of, hey, I'm an aspiring writer and I'm about to go to college. What do you think I should major in? I'm thinking English since I love reading. And Diana Gabaldon replied with a tweet that could not possibly be construed as anything other than condescending, and basically equated majoring in English to having to sell French fries. And so not only did she insult English majors and fast food people, but also basically by extension anyone who goes to school for a reason other than employment, which includes me. So that made me really annoyed, and so since the series was going downhill anyway, I took that opportunity to pretty much just decide to stop reading the series and unhaul all the books that I haven't read. Next, we have Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I actually really liked the first 2 books in the series, but the third one was just so boring that I had to force my way through it. And also, Orson Scott Card is not a very good person at all, so I don't really feel the need to keep supporting his books. And similarly, I did read the first 2 books in his other series. I think it's called like Call of Earth or Memory of Earth or something like that. I liked them, but they weren't as good as Ender's Game, and I didn't really care. So, and kind of along those lines, we have Acorna by Anne McCaffrey. I loved this book, but I felt like the second one was so boring that I actually couldn't even finish it. So that just really sucks. I feel like a lot of sci-fi series will do this sometimes, kind of like what Ender's Game did as well, that they'll have a really good, like, first book that could be a standalone and they could have stopped there, but then they feel the need to include all these mediocre sequels, and I'm just like, dude, why didn't you just stop at book 1? It would have been perfectly fine. It already tied up all the loose ends, all that stuff. So yeah, just not going to continue with the series. I love this book. I still highly recommend this one, but to me it is a standalone. The Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I am not going to finish this series because I loved the first 2 books, and then the third one happened and I was just severely disappointed in that one. It was super boring. I did not care. And then I ended up, like, I already had bought this one, so I'm going to end up reading this one at some point, just because, like, I already own it, so why not? But with how downhill the series went, like, that quickly, I'm just not gonna read past this one. And similarly, Sarah J. Maas's other series, the A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, I am not going to continue with because I loved the first book. I really did. It was amazing. And then the second one, I actually DNF'd it 2/3 of the way through because it was terrible. No offense. I mean, there were some things that were kind of good about it, but I was just so bored. And And the thing that actually made me put that book down finally was a clothing description that basically it's describing what Feyre is wearing when she's going to the like creepy under the mountain place, and the description of what she's wearing does not describe what it looks like at all. And I was like, okay, I still like after that whole paragraph, I still have no idea what her clothing actually looks like. Like, thanks, Sarah J. Maas. I don't know. So I feel like I don't know. She wrote two series that started off really awesome, and then it's like she just stopped caring or something. And finally, Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. I really, really loved the first 2/3 of this book. It was super unique and really awesome, but then the last like third of the book, I felt like it was a completely different book that I didn't like as much. And since there is a second one that just came out, but I really have no interest in reading it because, I don't know, I feel like the ending of this one just, you know, the last third of this book was just super boring and just too like typical, and it was just too different from the first 2/3 of the book that I really liked. And so I feel like the second book is just going to continue along those lines, and I'm just like, meh, whatever. Those are the series that I do not plan on finishing, that I actually started off liking. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what series you do not plan on finishing down in the comments, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!